All right, welcome out to our second episode of Crypto Brothers. I'm Austin.
I'm Lehigh.
And I'm Tyler.
Cool. So let's get into this and just start talking about what's happened since our last episode. So what do we got going on, Lehigh?
Well, today was just a good day overall for cryptocurrency. If you take a look at the market cap, you can see a lot of green going on over here. So just confidence is pretty high in general for cryptocurrency recently. Bitcoin had a nice good jump today. It kind of been low for the past week or so. Kind of struggling it would get to 14,000, but it would really struggle to get over it, you know. But we saw today that it was able to finally, at least it seems like it's broken through 14,000, and it's kind of resting between the high 14,000s and right at 15,000. So good news for everyone involved there.
Do you know any reason why Bitcoin took off?
I haven't heard. Have you?
No, I haven't heard anything about Bitcoin. I know a little bit about Ethereum, but that one took off.
Yeah, I can switch over to that real quick while you talk about it.
Yeah. So it's a little bit interesting. If you jump out from the 15-minute, yeah, even an hour, you can see a big jump. But let's jump out to give it a day. Let's see here. Yeah, even a day, you'll see it almost did a $100 jump. So what happened there is Ethereum, the creators of it, did a new release, and the release was called Casper. And that was a big update where it improved their transaction times and added more security. And the goal with Ethereum is that everything on the web, not just currency, will be sent through it, but other transactions like you bought a movie or whatever, or you bought or sold a snowboard, it can be all tracked through this through Ethereum, and they just barely get their speeds up, almost as close as Visa's transactions. So that's why they had that big jump.
That's pretty good.
Right on.
Cool.
Right on. Well, I'm new to this whole cloud mining, everything that's going on. So I want to ask you guys some questions about. So I'm into Hashflare and I was looking into Genesis mining. But what's Crypterra? I keep hearing about Crypterra. Could you guys tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah.
You got me on that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. So it's no secret that you have Genesis mining and Hashflare, which is your big powerhouses in the cloud mining industry. With Genesis mining probably being at the top, but also being sold out of contracts for a long time. If you're able to buy a contract, it doesn't even start mining for several months out. Then you have Hashflare. You see I have an account here. They're also incredibly popular, but they've recently raised their prices to what used to be $150 per terahash. Now you're looking at $220, right? So they've raised their prices. They've also let's see if I'm still signed in here, but they've also made a note that, oh, I guess it's because I'm signed in. Anyways, that they're starting to run out of their SHA-256 contracts, right? So they might join Genesis Mining here pretty soon and being sold out of their cloud mining power. And so a lot of people have started the exodus to kind of try and find the next cloud mining company that's reliable, does payouts, pretty much does what they say they do, right? And one that has popped up a lot recently is Crypterra. So another cloud mining company that people are kind of still experimenting with and still trying to really figure out if it's scam or legit.
Yeah. How long have they been around? Just curious.
Not too long. Let's see. I mean, you see here, copyright 2017. I know everything's been bought semi recently. You look up domain. Oop, that's not what I want. I know. Let's see.
I just opened up their company blog, and
Yeah.
their earliest post was June 11th, 2017. So it don't look like it's been around too long.
Yeah, and that's kind of what the feeling I'd got as I've watched a bunch of videos on them, and kind of work my way around their site. Is they do seem to be pretty new, which again kind of scares people when you have Genesis Mining and Hashflare that have been around for years. Obviously, making them more reliable, more trustworthy. The older the company, they're around. They're usually not a scam.
More credible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly.
All right. So what's the main draw with Crypterra? What are some things that they're offering that Genesis and Hashflare are not at this time?
Well, probably one of the biggest thing is their pricing. Extremely competitive. If we go over here, you can see. Let's see. Get this little guy over to 1 terahash. If it'll sit still for me.
Oh, come on.
Yahtzee. All right. So $128 per terahash. So extremely competitive pricing.
Almost. That is half.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Here we go.
At 220.
Another
one
thing to
terahash.
mention is that it's a 2-year contract, right?
Okay.
So you have Hashflare at $220 for a 1 terahash 1-year contract.
Oh dang! So this really comes out to something like $64 per terahash then.
For a year, yeah.
Dang.
Per year,
That's crazy.
correct.
I just opened up their website and I see that it's showing 3 terahash for how much? For $384. That's crazy. That's like almost a $700 value with Hashflare.
Yeah, and then you also see they also have some Christmas and New Year sales going on right now. So you have some Litecoin, some Ethereum, and some Bitcoin sales. So you can get 20 terahash for just under $1,800, which is $768 off of their normal price, which is obviously already cheap to begin with. So extremely competitive right there.
I'm gonna have to have a conversation with my wife. I might be in trouble.
I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, it almost feels too good to be true. What are some more things that would help reassure us before we jump into something like this?
Yeah, and I mean, what's the maintenance fees for these as well?
Well, so the maintenance fees currently are 0, which is another thing that sounds too good to be true, right?
Yeah.
One thing that I will say with Crypterra is they're not always 100% transparent, but it does seem like they're trying to be. If I can find... Let me see if I can find the terms. They do mention in their terms that while the maintenance fee is 0, that it's a limited time. I've heard from other YouTube crypto YouTubers that this was kind of a sale that they started this summer, that they've just extended. Of course, I'm not seeing it now.
You don't. I mean, I'm asking a lot of questions, but you don't by chance know the last time that they bumped up their prices, do you? Like,
I honestly don't know if they ever have, being such a new company.
okay.
I know some small things that, little things that help me be a little bit more reassured about any company is, one, I see that they are an HTTPS website, just meaning they're secure. They had to go get their domain validated, and that's not a surefire thing that they're trustworthy, but it at least gives another point in their direction. Their site at least looks like it was professionally done. It doesn't look like they just went and grabbed a WordPress site and threw it together. Yeah. What have other people said about this site, or how did you find out about this?
Yeah, so real quick, here's kind of, I was looking at the wrong terms for a second, but here's where you can see they're telling you what the fee is, $0, deducted on a daily basis. I can handle that fee, every day. But they have said it's more of a sale than a permanent thing. I think this is to kind of help drive advertising, help get more people mining with them. So it's kind of just a buzz on YouTube right now within the crypto community, and that's how I first heard about them. a couple of the people that I've subscribed to, like Jam Bart, Crypto Robert. They have some really good videos on it. Crypto Robert did some pretty extensive videos on this, I think totaling about 55 minutes. So definitely go check that out if you really want to see some of like the nitty-gritty details. He goes over it pretty well. But yeah, that's kind of where I first heard about it, started checking in, and just decided to do a little experimentation of my own.
Yeah, let's see a little bit what it looks like. Are you logged in now?
Yeah, so this is my account. I mean, you just click on the account page, this is what comes up. You see their little message about their Christmas New Year's sale. Here's your account. It kind of shows you the different mining that they have. And you can, buy any of those. I do think they're out of, let's see, we'll go to the mining tab. This is where you can actually purchase contracts. So you got your Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Zcash, and I believe the other one, I think they have a couple more that they're out of contracts for now. But they're all 2-year contracts. And from what I've seen, the prices are pretty good. Yeah. Kind of like Austin was saying, I do like the design of the website. Looks pretty good. One thing though that I do want to see changed is to remove these stock photos and actually give us some images of their facilities. That's one thing that I think would make a lot of people more comfortable with Crypterra as a company, is to start seeing some of their actual facilities instead of just these stock photos that you can go get on the web for free or for a small fee. Another example here, maybe it's on the contact us page. Oh man, I know somewhere around here they have some images of offices, but it's not their office. It's just some stock photos of somebody's office.
Yeah, that would be nice. I guess one quick way to know if they're legit or not is, have you had a chance to do a withdrawal from them, or what's the minimum withdrawal, and have you done one yet?
All right, so here's the kind of the images I was talking about. You can obviously tell that nobody works like this. Come on, let's face it.
No one's smiling like that.
So yeah, I think it would make a lot of people more comfortable. They kind of start replacing these with their actual pictures. So as far as payouts go, I have just created a contract here. I have not reached the limit to withdraw, but one thing that I really like about these guys is that their minimum payout is $10 of whatever coins that you have mined, right? So it doesn't matter whether it's Ethereum or Bitcoin or the two of them combined, I believe. It's the fee is $10. One thing I kind of like here is you can check your current balance and your total mined, but you can check it for different currencies. So you have US dollar, euro, and Bitcoin. So I purchased this contract just a few hours ago today, and this keeps updating like every minute. Wow. So you can see here I have, well, let's just go 23 cents, 0.000015 and some change Bitcoin. If I refresh this,
so it starts mining right away.
Yeah,
like, I know Hashflare, you have to wait like a day before it starts going.
I already, yeah, well, it kind of depends. Hashflare, well, that's the thing with Hashflare, I think it starts mining right away as far as I know, but you only get daily updates, right? Okay. So you can see here, these are the updates I get every day. I recently just got today's, so I made 0.0789 Bitcoin from mining yesterday with Hashflare. But with Crypterra, it's kind of cool. You get kind of minute-to-minute updates, which is also nice for, I mean, if you're just kind of really bumping up against that $10 minimum payout limit, you just kind of give it a couple more minutes and then you can see if you're there again. While I have not personally withdrawn, like I said, some of the YouTubers that I had watched, Crypto Robert, for example, you can see his records of withdrawals. So, I mean, if you believe Crypto Robert, that he was actually paid like he said he was, which I do, then I've seen people withdraw. I haven't had a chance to yet. I'm only at 23 cents, so I have a little hill to climb to get to that $10. The contract I bought was small, just 750 gigahash while I experiment with it. As soon as I am confident of payouts, I have no doubt that at these prices, I have to up my hash power, man.
That's true. So I guess I have two questions. Well, one comment is I think we're all going to help see if we can get this up, and then $10 is the minimum before we can do a withdrawal.
Correct.
So I think we'll do another video too, just showing like, hey, we are doing a withdrawal, and see, it worked.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as soon as we have a, as soon as we butt up against that $10 limit, yeah, absolutely, we just make another video, show everyone that we can actually withdraw. Another kind of important thing to note, one of my favorite things about Hashflare is not only do they have this reinvest button, so that you can just automatically reinvest, but they also let you, if you want to go in here and buy some more hash power, you can pay from balance, right? Awesome feature. I love it. Makes it super easy to reinvest and kind of grow your hash power. At this point, Crypterra, man, how many tabs do I have open? Crypterra does not have that feature. The only thing you can do with your balance is withdraw it.
Interesting.
I believe you can withdraw it. If I remember correctly, you can withdraw it in either Litecoin or Bitcoin. So you can kind of take your choice there. I know a lot of people will do Litecoin just due to smaller transaction fees and faster transactions. But Bitcoin has been kind of recovering from the backlog that they had the past few weeks. I know transaction fees have gone down. I'm not sure to what extent right now. But you know, if you wanted to keep it in Bitcoin, I think it's getting to the point where you could do that.
That's pretty cool.
Right on.
Well, that's awesome. Any other questions we got before we wrap this up?
I did have one more comment actually that came to mind. One thing from one of the YouTubers I had watched today had mentioned, and he's just doing daily payouts, right? He's just doing one a day. Kind of, I think he's getting up to about $40 a day is what he's making, and he just pays out every day. Since there is no reinvesting here, like Hashflare has, there's really no reason to leave it in your account. He checked the transaction fee, and it was pretty small, so you're not really losing much. I know Hashflare, they kind of have a higher transaction fee, which is turning a lot of people off to that, but it seems like the transaction fee for your withdrawals is pretty low. So even if you're at that $10 mark, you should be able to do your withdrawal and get most of that in your wallet.
That's awesome. So it's pretty quick. And is it pretty quick transactions? Is what you're seeing?
Same day. I'm not exactly sure how long it took, but it seemed like it was same day, under an hour, I believe. But I can't testify to that yet. I mean, in our next video that we do about Crypterra, we should have more information about that.
That's cool. Well, that's great. Actually, that's perfect. I know I have some more questions, mainly around us withdrawing. If you guys have questions, anyone who's watching or listening to this, please leave us comments with your questions, and we'll try to research them and in our next video answer them. That'd be great. So yeah, make sure to leave those. You guys got any parting words?
No. I will say this is, if you're nervous about losing your money, don't invest in this yet. Maybe kind of hold back and see how safe it is. But if you have some spare change that you're not going to miss if you lose it, feel free to dump some in a contract. I mean, you can get just a couple gigahash for, I think, $32 is the smallest contract amount. Let me check real quick so I'm not lying. There we go. 250 gigahash for $32. So if you got an extra $30 lying around, maybe take a chance. Going to this, you'll earn $365 on your 2-year contract. So you can kind of experiment. That's what we're doing right now, just throwing some money at it, seeing if it sticks. And if it does, awesome. Let's do this. And if not, that sucks, but we'll move on to the next thing and do a video on that too.
Cool. Right on. Well, thank you guys for answering my question about Crypterra. But yeah, excited to see more videos, and that's all I got.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming out. And if you guys are interested in this, we do have a referral code down below that will drop this price down for you a little bit. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys.